Yo, 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 yo,
Yo.
studio.
Five, 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 five.
86B.
Yo,
Yup, yup.
what's going on? What's good?
What's going on? Do you
What's
know that every
going
time
on?
somebody says what's going on, I hear Marvin Gaye in my head?
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going on? Just something about it, man. There's just see, and the funny thing is, you're right. My voice is crap these days, but I part of we talked to Tisha Casante.
Tisha Casante.
Casasanta.
Casasanta.
There we go. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, T. About her memories being connected to sensory
Yeah.
kind of thoughts.
Right.
So more like hearing, smelling, that there's always something connected.
Right.
And it's dawned on me, yeah, I have a bunch of those pieces too. I get pictures, no, except it's not ever really pictures. I will say this, it's always thoughts.
Right.
But I joke about how I live tangentially to the rest of the world. That everything that goes on, I have a thought. They're like,
right. Pathways, you can hallways, and you can walk through it. And, yeah.
pew, 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 pew.
Pop, pop.
Hey, hey, pop, pop. So the reality is we're getting ready to talk to Chris Baynes, who is an amazing musician, good friend of ours, our favorite Florida man, as I like to say. He's running a little bit behind. He got stuck doing the work thing, which happens to all of us.
That 9 to 5 get you every time.
Oof, this ain't 9 to 5, brother. It's getting late.
Whatever.
9 to 9. Got to roll your roll, though.
Yeah, you got to do your thing, you know.
Got to hoe your roll. Got to roll your roll. You ain't live till you're half biscuit lit.
Half biscuit faded.
Half biscuit faded. But we've kind of had a rolling conversation as we're sitting here.
Yeah, we've been like just going through topics and just talking about stuff.
Well, and you know what? Should we start with the shirt? Do you want to
start with the shirt?
So you know what? For those of you that don't know, hold on, I will show you the shirt. Wait a minute. Dun dun dun. Wait, shirt. Oh my God, it's a shirt. Have you ever seen a shirt before? So it's a really cool shirt. Chris is sporting the Heart of Martin, mindset of Malcolm.
Right.
And the funny thing is, this kind of related to a conversation we've had a bunch of times.
Right.
That you discussed Malcolm's progression.
Yeah, So
I always feel weird in this conversation. I don't know if you know what I'm white.
The thing with Malcolm is that people think of him as the militant one, or people think of him as militant.
Well,
but
right, that it was and not to say that wasn't rightful either.
Right.
I'm not.
That's not.
It's just an interesting point about the shirt. That one of the things we've talked about is that's kind of who we think Malcolm became, is the person the shirt's describing.
One of the things is that he became a lot better in his last year of life, or not I don't want to say better. He changed in his last year of life. He changed his mindset, and he changed the way that he was living because he went to Mecca. And what happened was he went to Mecca and he saw white Muslims, and he was like, wait a second, if there's white people that believe what I believe for the most part, then maybe all white people aren't bad.
How can they not?
Maybe
wait a minute, if the white man's the devil and the white man's...
Yeah, maybe that's not the case, you know? And he what do you call it? He changed he changed around the way that he was thinking. I don't know exactly.
Well, in my head it relates to what we do.
But
in the sense of, for those of you that don't know, we have a show 3 days of the week called Where's the Line?
Yeah.
It's on at 12:30 clockish, 12:15, Tuesday through Thursday. We take Monday and Friday off. Oh, well, screw you. That it's in seeing people as people.
Right.
That the idea that somebody is defined by where they were born or who they were born to or Not to say we want to lose cultures. I don't mean that at all. I love the rich tapestry. But that no matter who you are, if you put yourself in the shoes of the person in front of you before you ever think a thought, you will have moved forward the bar a great deal.
I think that there's certain people that understand compassion. And even Malcolm, when he was militant, understood compassion.
Doesn't Malcolm sit
or
down
more
with
or whatever you want to say,
President
man.
with Johnson? Oh no, King sits down with Johnson.
King sits down with Johnson.
Is Malcolm in any of those conversations? I'm not sure.
I know that.
I don't mean to diverge
was,
from the shirt that started the
night,
conversation too much.
I think it was Miami. There was one night in Miami.
Sounds like a song.
It was Sam Cooke. It was Sam Cooke, Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X.
Dude, that's a rap song.
And there was a football player in there too.
Brown.
Yeah, Jim Brown.
Yeah, from Cleveland.
Yeah, and it was. Yeah, and they chopped it up, and they were talking.
Think about this as for a second though. A song called "One Night in Miami."
One night in Miami.
No, man. Low key, tell the story.
What do you think?
That you tell. You'd go research it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then what you do is you chop it up. You'd have to get some extra people because if you could get bars for all of the people that were there. Do you follow me?
I would do it.
Or you could do just 2 or 3, or you just do it yourself, 2 or 3 bars.
I think if I was to do that, I might do it in the style of Sam Cooke. Like I would try and do it as an ode to Sam Cooke because that's the singer person of the group. Would you do Sam Cooke on the hook? Did you know Sam Cooke and Muhammad Ali made a song together?
Oh my God,
it's pretty good.
I love Sam Cooke. You got to understand.
Dope.
So So my best friend in high school,
right?
Bartco, Daryl, wherever you are, and if there's anybody from St. Charles that knows how to get a hold of Bart, I'd love to talk to him. And yeah, I know you slept with that girl. But anyways, that doesn't matter. We were 17. But we drove around. He had a 1971 Plymouth Fury. Very Blues Brothers, very ex-cop car.
Okay.
Skull and crossbones painted on the hood.
Okay.
In crappy paint. With an engine designed to drag race.
Right.
So had nitro set up. But his family had kind of lost everything and now they were living down here. But he had this car. And we'd jet around town. And we'd listen to the Blues Brothers. And we'd listen to Sam Cooke. And we'd listen to, oh man, blues is like, man, you're going to Chicago. That when you listen to the Blues Brothers, the thing that makes that movie great, as much as it's great with Aykroyd and Belushi, is there's a history of blues going on in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's got Cab Calloway.
I don't know who that is.
Doing the have you ever seen the Blues Brothers?
No. You found a movie for me to watch? Oh my God. Here we go.
I don't know if any movie yet has destroyed more police cars than were destroyed in the making of the Blues Brothers, but at one point it was its claim to fame.
Didn't the wall destroy some?
No police cars. They just destroyed walls.
Okay.
The police cars was very much the making of the Blues Brothers, and they just kept crashing them. But it's got rollin', 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 get them dogs a rollin', 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 rawhide. It's got.
Oh, I know that.
Hidey, 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 ho.
Oh.
That's Cab Calloway. And you can see him in his suit going, yaddy, hidey, hidey, hey.
Yeah.
And he gets the call and response going back and forth.
Okay.
And it gets the whole audience going, he's the distraction while they're getting away with the money to go pay the man so that they won't take away the orphanage where they grew up because they are on a mission from God. There's a nun. There's Matt Guitar Murphy. Oh man, I can't do it justice without looking. And I so do not appreciate my memory at the moment because that's one of those movies that if you love blues, you should see.
Okay.
Because the nice thing is it caught a lot of the not as young blues musicians as well. And for the record, Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi performed as the Blues Brothers, and they were more than musically talented enough. That was kind of one of the most amazing things. Do we have a Chris report?
No.
Breaking news. Today from the front. Today from the front. Sorry about that, folks. I made you deaf. Today from the front, we have news of Chris Baynes. Has he been spotted? Has he been spotted? Have you seen Chris Baynes in the Florida area? Florida man has been spotted in the Everglades. We believe Florida man may be making music in the Everglades. Is Florida man making music in the Everglades?
Is Florida man making music in the Everglades? I believe. I believe, maybe.
Chris of the jungle. Oh, that was George. Sorry. The point is that the really wild part is there are pieces of music that we should be more in touch with. That the thing about blues was just like hip hop in the late 70s and early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
In its original form, it wasn't. If you had over refined it, it wouldn't have been real. That if you listen to the old tapes of Robert Johnson, the original blues guitarist accused of getting his skills from the devil by making a deal at the crossroads. The whole reason every blues guy talks about the crossroads is Robert Johnson. And you can get these tapes, and what you hear is his very soul. It's just him and a guitar, man. And you can. And then when you feel hip hop, as it moved from the 70s into the 80s, and part of it gained that blues of the decimation of a part of our populace with crack cocaine. That there's a change then. And it's not that there wasn't a real pain before, it's that there's a deeper. So then we end up in the world of gangster rap, which came from just as real a place. And it's almost amazing with my age now to sometimes see people almost pursuing that lifestyle when what I remember it was people rapping about it because they wanted out of it. And now there's some cred to that, which is, it's an interesting dichotomy of where it's come from and where it's going to. But I love, what music tells about people. I love it when it's joyous, when it hurts, when it's discovering. You think about the music that has affected you over time, and the range is deeper than you even think. That we've played stuff where, one or the other of us is like, no, wait a minute, I know this song. I've heard this before. I love this song, but you don't realize it's the best for me is when we were going through David Bowie, and you're like, that's a David Bowie song? You okay over there, brother?
Yeah, sorry.
What's going on? Give us a Chris Baynes update.
He's coming. Just
He'll be coming around the mountain when he comes. He'll be coming around the mountain when he comes. He'll be driving 6 white horses. He'll be driving 6 white horses. He'll be driving 6 white horses when he comes. You know what? I really need to get the Dirt song. The 9 Inch Nails one that, what's his name, covered? The Johnny Cash one. I bet I could do a reading of that. It would hit you real down low. Like a poetry that took you in a place you didn't know. I try to plant the seeds for shade I'll never know. I may not ever see the trees as they start to grow. But I'll tell you right now, as I gather you, my friends, It doesn't matter where I go.
He's good.
It doesn't matter
he's
my
not right this
ends.
second.
Just not.
He's gonna be here.
I'm vamping.
Yeah.
I'm Angel.
tell.
I'm a good vamp.
You're Angel. You're the good
What'd you
vamp.
think of my singing? Is my singing getting better?
Yeah.
I'm trying. It
Yes,
it depends.
I think so.
Okay. Well, no. I can. It depends on what register I try to sing in, and I know that. I know enough about singing that I know there are places I can go where I can hold a note. If I want to be Elvis, I could be Elvis all day long, all day long, all day long. Like blue Hawaii, I could swing my hips. I could do what I need. Can you read my lips? A wicka dicky dicky doo da. Wiki kick yay. Just a blue Hawaii.
Well, there's
Is Chris there?
There's probably a certain
Who do you want me to be next?
scale you can't reach.
I was
but
born
that's okay.
the son
That's how
of
everybody
Byford,
works.
brother of Al. Betty, he's my mama. Run, he's
We've never
my
played
pal.
that song.
You know what the funny thing is? It's actually a mix of two songs that I made up.
Really?
That it took. No, for years I thought I was singing King of Rock, but it's King of Rock and there's two songs. And actually, one doesn't lead into the other, but somehow I took the hook off one and the lines off the other.
Okay.
That it's, ladies and gentlemen, Willie Nelson sings Run DMC. I was born the son of Byford, brother of Al. Betty, she's my mama. Run, here's my pal. The fries, they are Ronald's. The rhymes, they are Donald's. But I'll tell you the truth, that there is no higher. So you sucker MCs gonna call me Shire. And that's the only part that even exists in my head, because there should be more to any of the songs.
Right.
So it's not even the real hook or the real. It's just
a mix. It's just
thank God I didn't bring up their Adidas's somehow in the mix of it to really throw the. Or is it Dude Looks Like a Lady? Which song do they sing with?
Dude Looks Like a Lady.
Who do they sing? Which one do they sing with Aerosmith?
Which song does Run DMC? Oh, that one's I don't know how it goes.
You know what? Did you know that in the 80s, everybody wanted to be able to do beatbox? And
oh my gosh. You like stabbed me at the end.
Well, didn't you hear the bomb
okay.
hit? You should have. Whoa!
You didn't get me.
Right?
You didn't get me. You scared me though. Scared me a little bit.
That one was a dud.
That one was a dud.
That one was a dud.
That's a dud.
So, it's funny as we do this that I get that what you're watching is us play, but the goal is that's a real aspect of what we do. Like if you think about, I think it's one of the most important questions we ask and one of the most revealing when we do 10 questions. That when I say to somebody, how do you play?
Yo.
Oh, hey, Chris,
Wait.
what's up, brother? Oh, wait, no, yes.
Yo.
Do we have a Chris Baynes update? We have a Chris Baynes update. Chris Baynes update. Chris Baynes update.
Chris? You there?
Is there anybody out there?
Is there anybody out there?
You okay, brother?
Actually, let me turn this up.
You out there, Chris?
You out there, brother?
Are we having a communication issue? What's going on?
Let me text him.
Do. I can hear his TV. I don't think that's our TV. I don't have a TV on. Or maybe he's waiting. Maybe he had to. Maybe he's running back. PG. It's a PG. It's PG-13.
Okay.
Whatever it is on that TV is PG-13. I caught that. So here I was.
Okay. Okay.
Here I was vamping one day.
Okay, he's trying to fix his stuff.
When I was vamping my vamp, I vamped. And I thought, you know what? If we just started vamping the vampers instead of vamping each other, we could vamp more. Like,
Right.
what if, as opposed to the vampies beating on the vampies all stood together, and you know what? We vamped on the vampers instead. Vamp the vampers, man.
Vamp the vampers?
Hump the humpers.
Oh my god.
Well, I keep trying to figure out a way to get this on there. You know what? We all ought to band together and hump the humpers, because the humpies shouldn't all. You see, I can't do it.
Dang it.
It was. I'm trying to figure out a clean way at some point.
Yeah,
well, no,
we'll
if I can get hump down, Jesus Christ, that just sounds. If I can get hump down, hump the humpers, quit humping the humpies.
Yo, I'm trying to see. It's to make sure that it's.
What are your thoughts over there?
Make sure my thing is doing the thing right.
Is your thing doing a thing right? I hear
Yeah.
a space TV. I feel a ground control to Major Tom. Circuit's dead. Something's wrong.
Yo.
Do. You know what? I'm vamping a little bit.
It shows you you're talking, but it doesn't.
It shows him talking,
it
but it
doesn't.
doesn't. We can't hear him.
Yeah.
See, but
I can hear the background of what's going on.
I can hear the background.
Like I can hear the clicks, like the mouse clicks.
Well, no. And the weird part is I'm picking up a TV. There's an open mic
somewhere. Yeah, I
somewhere.
can hear the.
It's not this, right? This is not interfering.
It's not that.
I'm just checking. I'm checking. Do you know why the chicken crossed the road?
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Does anybody really care? I mean, it's obviously to get to the other side. I mean, like, why why are your keys always in the last place you look? Do you keep looking for them after you find them, just in case there were other keys you forgot? What is that? Of course you. Yes, everything is always in the last place you look, or you're just odd. I'm just saying. I don't know what it all means. I'm out here alone on this planet, Spock.
Sorry.
What if you guys just quickly exchanged phone numbers and quickly hooked up and made this happen?
You want me to?
What if this suddenly was just like bam? Like, bam. Well, except we need to be able to play music, right? And then he won't be able to hear the music if he's not on the Discord. Is that the deal?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh, golly. Gosh, golly, buddy. I remember when I was amazed by Pong, and you want everybody to be in the same place at once in the same time and space? Well, how? How, I say? When time and space are just an illusion, my friend. How can it all be? How can it be? You and me, let us see. How can it be? Sing me a song. Try not to be. Just let it be. Buddy, dee, I thought you tested this. What's going on, my buddy? Just kind of trying to figure it out so I don't get ruddy.
He said he hears now.
He can hear?
Yeah.
But can we hear? Hello.
Oh, he's muted right now.
Oh, well, Chris.
Well, but I don't know if his audio is.
What's up?
Aha,
yeah, there we go.
There's the man.
There we go.
Oh, God, scare me like.
Okay.
You like just messing with me, don't you? That's what it is. It's that whole Florida man thing.
I was like trying to get it all working on my phone, and then the link wasn't working or something. And I had to restart the app.
Yeah.
You know what? I have been there even multiple times today, sir. It is not a problem. That's why I've always tried to hint at the idea that I don't care when these get scheduled or when they happen.
Yeah.
To some extent, that my goal is to hear people, to get it where we're trying to get it, because it gets, audiences to be there. But at the same time, the idea that if the flow's the flow, that's where you go. God, I'm rhyming a lot tonight.
Exactly.
You
got to work with how it comes.
It's a Seussian kind of thing, you know. Little Dr. Seuss always makes it right.
Can you drop
Hell yeah.
the playlist link in the chat, please?
Oh my god.
Or
For like,
how
do you
did
want like a
make the
playlist of? You want a playlist of?
Just go.
I have a playlist that I have that I curate that I have on SoundCloud that I can
Perfect.
send.
Right. Okay, bet. Send me that.
You on speaker or on a mic, brother?
So, but the chat thing, it's saying the message is failing to load. I don't see anything.
That was cool. I don't know how to do that, but it suggests to me that we lost him. Am I correct in that hypothesis?
No, not yet. Actually.
So what?
It's still there.
It's just it seems like he's having.
I think maybe he can hear himself or something. Hold on. And it might be on my side.
Oh, you think that you're reverbing back to him somehow?
Yeah, maybe.
Oofa, that's no fun. That's not a fun noise in your head.
Output device.
Do. I hear another. Oh, wait a minute, Chris.
Okay, I can hear you. I think again.
Chris.
Can you say something real quick?
Hello. Damn, and then I lost connection. That's weird. All the way along, that's weird. Like the live stream dropped for a second. It's back
weird.
up. But that's just weird. You know what I mean? That's just weird.
I think it might be on a different mic this time or something.
Josh is saying there's some the Discord can kind of, it's really faint hearing him. But he said that Discord tends to be a little iffy that way. That I've got a lot of background noise. It feels like I'm picking up a lot of open mics somewhere.
Right now, I think he's on a different mic. I think he has two different mics, and that's why. Okay.
That it sounds like I'm getting a lot of echo from that end, just because I can recognize the.
No, I'm more concerned about his voice dropped out at a certain
voice
time. We
dropped.
could hear him, and then his voice just dropped out. That was kind of confusing.
The hard part that makes me think there's an open mic somewhere on his end. If that makes sense, like because I'm picking up a strong, and then I'm not picking up his signal. So that something's opting for that as the stronger signal in my head. Maybe. I know. And also today on Guessing at Electrical Systems, we will discuss. Yeah. We need Troy Barnes. Troy Barnes.
I think I got all my settings good.
Do we want to try a reconnection? Do you have other options that work for this, or what can I do as far as music?
We can try a call.
Let's try that. Hey Chris, I don't know if you can hear me, brother, but if you can, we're gonna try a separate connection.
We're gonna try a call.
I don't know if he can hear me at all, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know if he can hear us.
Either way, I want you to know we're big Chris Baynes fans. That's Chris, CHRIS. Can you cut that other feed down for a minute?
Yeah.
Chris Baynes, CHRISBAYNES. You know what? Chris Baynes, amazing artist. I can't wait. We're just lining up some pieces again. Getting the music right is our goal. You know, yes, poor Josh has had to listen to me talk and talk and talk and talk and talk over and over again. And when I made a loud noise in his head, it hurt. Just like you. Nobody heard the bomb coming. Because I'm like at the point of going, I don't know. What are we doing here? You know, but I'm having a good time. We're 30 minutes in. Oh, whoa. I hate when my microphone does that. It went running the other direction. But I really mean it when I say it's kind of important that we show this part. That one of the meaningful parts of growth is that we look out at a world that thinks things happen automatically. When we were talking to Zach G earlier tonight. Oh, where are we at? Okay. When we were talking to Zach G earlier tonight, one of the things we were talking about was how loud sounds could suddenly throw you off and make it so you can't remember your thought. Damn, I was going somewhere, I swear. That I think it's very real showing a process. That time and again we are shown things as if, oh wow, they magically happened. And it puts our children in a moment of, well, why can't I magically make that happen? Teach them that everything is like a muscle. That you can go to 1,000,000 gyms and not all of them are physical. That everything is a thing that if you work at, you can become very good at. That embracing your passions, the drawing, the music, or the science. I'm a guy of logic. I happen to be a big fan of the Spock. Where are we at, brother? Do you have an update?
No, hold on.
Okay, well, I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Sorry,
again.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, you're good. That.
So are we going on here or the phone?
If it'll work.
If it's working right here, let's do this.
We
can you hear us?
This. Yeah, I can hear y'all.
Can you bring him up some?
Yeah, I can bring him up because it's. I turned it down so that it would. Can you?
Is there a white noise filter hitting us or something?
No.
What are you trying to get me to do? Okay, cool. No, I got you. Are you there, Chris? Can I hear you? Chris?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, yep, now you are.
Yeah.
What's good, brother?
Not much, man. Chilling. So, I'll be right back.
Oh, you're good, brother. It's an amazing thing how time and time again you see that what we come back to is I wish we could figure out a way to put that down when he's not. That we share this joy, this thing that is from our youth that was we weren't carrying all of that baggage about our joy of learning. That it wasn't another job we had to go to. My big epiphany this week was I had turned everything back into a responsibility, and in that it kind of takes away. You can steal your own joy. You can make what you love a job. Don't make it something, just let it. We need more of what everybody loves. It's those creative juices that we share. It's, you know what?
Oh, yeah.
Yo. How are you tonight, sir?
What's good?
What's good, Chris? How you doing, man?
Can't complain, man. It's been working, just getting stuff done. Just I'm now here doing this. Got the finals on, so just vibing.
I got you. Well, I'm gonna let Ross.
How about y'all? How y'all been?
You know what? We've been going. I was just talking about how ups and downs, human, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most def.
That, you know what? The funny thing is, we had did an interview a little bit earlier with a young guy out of Syracuse, and what I was talking about was over and over again. What we find is it's that you have to be able to understand that everything is like something you have to work at if you want to be good at it. Not in the sense of like in a bad way. Like, go play with it. Like, if you love music, if you love art, if you love science, go play with it.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only way to get better.
Right. That there's something. Allow there to be a joy instead of it just being a slog. You know, not just working a job, but. You know, I was saying earlier this week I was having some problems. Yeah. That I was feeling it. You know, like you can make something you love. Like you get so attached to the outcome that it becomes another responsibility, even though you love it.
100%.
Right. Right. And it's like
Definitely.
it was realizing, man, all I got is gratitude. I wish I was telling a friend today, all I want to do is build a sturdy boat with sails that can catch the winds of the universe to take me where it wants. The richness of the experience, right?
Oh, we on, man.
right. We on? Puff the magic dragon. No.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I was there, but it was expensive.
But yeah, like I feel like you got to put the work in because there's too many other people out here who want to do this too. So like, I understand like everything's supposed to be fun, but like everybody is trying to have fun here too.
Well, the thing I tell a story about my grandson. He was a little dude. I forget how little, to be precise. But he comes up to me. I'm grilling one day, and he says, "Papa, I got to work on climbing ladders." I'm telling you, he was still runty. I mean, tiny. And I remember looking at him going, "Oh, okay." It was like kind of a weird thing for a little kid to come up and say. And, dude, if he didn't go up and down that ladder for 45 minutes and then come over to me and go, "Papa, I think I've got it now." Little dude like 2. He had this outlook.
Yeah.
He would walk around going, "Focus, focus." And I was like, okay. Okay.
Hell yeah. Better to start young.
Tell me about some music,
it's good to get
Ross.
that in young.
So, all right. So, first up, we got We Both Know.
Sure.
So, you want to say anything about it before I play it?
That's my latest one. It definitely is like different from a lot of my other tracks. I got my boy Rock, AZL Rock featured on there. He's just a rapper out of South Carolina. I met while I was down here in the studio one time. We kind of like a hip house kind of track.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So you're saying this is a little different. You're trying something
Yeah,
else.
definitely. Definitely different from a lot of my other stuff.
Ooh,
but it's still like it's still definitely more like the R&B kind of dance singy side. But definitely like I'd say still sounds like me.
A little bit of that club.
Yeah, for sure. Most def that kind of vibe.
Hey now,
hey man.
You know what? In the end, that's what the ladies love.
Yeah.
Guys rock that hard stuff, and you know what? Ladies love that club stuff.
Yeah.
Truth.
Yeah, you gotta give them just a little bit of that.
You know what? Robin Williams in oh shoot, I forget which damn movie. No, Good Will Hunting. No, I can't think of the right one. But anyways, the whole point is words were made for wooing women or whoever you want to woo. But I don't care if you sing them, if you write them. In the end, that's why you make club songs.
Yep.
Give me this tune.
Most def.
Okay. Da 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 da. Oh, I heard a
Okay, I
heard
had
a noise.
to join.
I heard noise.
Oh, okay.
I think music is coming. Do 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 do. Well, it's been, but you know what? The reality is, I love talking to Ross. That what we were talking about earlier. I don't know if you heard it. We were talking about your shirt. That we were.
Which one?
The one in the picture with
Heart
of Martin, Mindset of Malcolm.
Yeah.
And we were talking about.
Oh yeah, I found that in the thrift.
I love it.
I found that in the thrift store.
What we were talking about is what we talk about a lot of times is Malcolm's evolution, and by the end, is he that guy you're talking about in the shirt? That after he goes to Mecca and he experiences the idea of multiculturalism, and is part of the reason Malcolm's not here because his viewpoint changed.
Oh yeah, because he was breaking away from the Nation of Islam and stuff. So I definitely feel like he definitely wouldn't. It would have been something to see what he would have evolved into. Like it definitely his politics after he was starting to break away from the nation and go off onto more of his own soul feelings and beliefs and such.
Well, that it was all you almost feel like in the end, going through all of it, Malcolm begins to find even more of his own voice. And I don't mean to presume. I just
100%.
Yeah, those are my thoughts on it because it's an interesting. to call it an interesting time reminds me of an ancient Chinese curse, which is "May you live in interesting times." But anyways, so that's what we were talking about, and so we'll go from Malcolm X to.
Yeah.
It be hard for me to spoil you. Drop 3K, can't let you go home alone. Any conflict, I saw it through. This epidemic, the medic is calling you. Hit you up if you follow through. I know you wanna hang with the gang, with the gang, with the gang, with the gang. She can do what she wanna do. Got it on back, she be running up a payroll. It be hard for me to spoil you. Drop 3K, can't let you go home alone. Any conflict, I saw it through. This epidemic, the medic is calling you. Hit you up if you follow through. I know you wanna hang with the gang, with the gang, with the gang, with the gang. We both know, and you just leave out of here all alone. Hey, why you playing all these silly games? Oh, really wanna spend another night at home alone.
Wow.
Dig it?
Wow.
I'm sitting over here cheesing because I heard the song and I was like waiting to get your reaction because I was like, I know he's gonna love this.
So half of this game is, and I don't know if you've noticed this, we've just decided everything in life ought to be a friggin' game, Chris. That's just kind of our goal. I haven't heard any of it.
Okay.
I haven't heard none of it.
And now he hears it.
And I'm sitting here like going, oh my God! It was like Michael Jackson in the club kind of vibe.
I got some weekend vibes.
Full like yes,
it was like really dope.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, and
was-
a little bit
yeah.
of what's that guy that when Prince and Michael Jackson had the baby?
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars, yeah,
I
a
wasn't
little bit of that too.
I was thinking like The Weeknd. That was
My
that's my
running
one.
joke with poor Ross is that Bruno Mars is the illegitimate child of Prince and Michael Jackson.
Bruno Mars is dope.
Oh, no, it's that dude.
Yeah.
If I'm telling you right now, if that was what was on my birth certificate, I'd be wearing it on a shirt. I don't
Hell
care
yeah.
what you think of. If I somehow was the spawn of some royal butt baby of Prince and Michael Jackson, I would be like, yeah, listen
right.
to my voice. Yeah, I wear high heels. See what I'm saying about Bruno Mars? No, I'm just dude, that is, oh my God. Holy cow. The bars are amazing.
man, glad you
The
dig.
hook is, and then, okay, man, the thing for me is the way, man, in my head, and the only way I know is to describe it, because my job is to just be totally untrained and just say what I think. It's the
Oh, yeah.
way the pieces dance together. And I don't know how to describe it other than you can tell, man, Kanye gets so much hits for me today. You can tell when there's something just laying on top of something else. And then you can tell, dude, it's like classical music. It's all those instruments dancing. That they're
Yeah.
moving in and out amongst each other. And good music does that. Dude, this is beautiful. There are moments.
Appreciate it, man.
We were listening to Dark Side of the Moon earlier this week, and what blows me away
Yeah.
is those background vocals that are flowing in and out, but meanwhile you've got a lyric right on top of it, even though those vocals are hiding in the distance. But they're powerful, but yet somehow you can tell they're powerful and further away. So you've given like a room, a space for all of it to. Anyways, dude, I love it. I'm flat.
Yeah.
Up next, we got All the Way Live.
All
You
the
wanna
way
say
live.
something about that?
So what's All the Way Live? Tell me about this, brother. What am I gonna
This
listen
one, actually, this is like my most played song that I've like and recently that I've dropped. This one I actually met a producer that lived around me. His name's Dr. Scoops. If anybody need beats,
Nice.
he's like and he actually he's the person that runs a studio that I go to around here
Okay.
a lot.
So a meaningful relationship.
Right.
Yeah. But this is our first track. We have a couple others that we're working on, but this is our like first collaboration of many future ones, I'd say.
I got you. Roll it out. Let's see what we
Yeah.
got.
I love your new use of negative space in that hook. Like when you went all the way live, like that was nice. That was nice.
It's powerful, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it's like a lot of like reggae kind of vibes because my parents are from like Trinidad, so I listen to a lot of like island music, Caribbean music and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was definitely like one of my like inspirations when I was doing that for sure.
I could feel that in the drums a little
Right?
bit. Yeah.
Oh, it's got a nice. It's got a movement to it. And it starts off nice up. brings
Yeah,
you
like
up
a
to
nice
it.
little dub vibe.
Yeah. So here's my question. So currently, it's the one everybody's listening to. Is it your favorite though, or which one's your favorite?
I feel like that one definitely like it shows like a lot of like the stuff I like to do, just like lyric wise, rhythmic wise, like and vocally. So I definitely think that one gives like people like a good picture of like all like of
range.
like my sound.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because I mean, you definitely. Yeah, you know what? And so this is two different producers on both these songs, or are you doing a lot of the producing yourself?
No, that first one was these two other producers I met in Miami. Their name is Safari Music, and they came through and they played the guitar for that one, and kind of like because I wrote that hook like a while ago, and they kind of just structured the beat around it, and then I just had the other rapper come in.
Okay.
And then the second one, that Scoops just sent me that beat, and I kind of just like I just had it for like a couple months, and then I just like started. I thought of an idea for the hook. I laid down like a guide for it, and I just like kept building off of that to get that one done.
Because it's always, I think it's one of the most interesting things to me about artists, because we've talked about that everybody's process is a little different.
Yeah.
And so and for me, it's like, okay, I could watch Bob Ross paint for days, and it's because I love watching the magic happen, or listening to the magic happen, or you know what I'm saying. That it relates to all art to me. There's something about watching the process. You know, like we'll get stuck in watching a documentary about a specific album we like just because we're like, oh, okay, now they're gonna.
Oh yeah, I love definitely doing that. That's like one of my favorite things to do.
Ooh, they're gonna explain the next song.
They're gonna explain it, yo.
Yeah. I
this.
love like being able to see exactly like
how it
got to where it was, especially if it's a song I like. Like I'm like, man, like how the hell did he do this?
It's why we ended up on our other show quoting Pink Floyd all week. Because we'd watched this thing.
We watched the thing on the Dark
Side of the Moon, right? And so we ended up only doing 2 shows because there was a power outage in the middle of the week, so we got Wednesday off.
Oh yeah, he was telling me.
And so the funny thing was, though, it meant we had one show named Time and one show named Money, both songs on the Dark Side of the Moon. And we quoted bits of Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Music's powerful.
Music is definitely
I think of it as where I found my first philosophers. You know?
I was telling somebody earlier today, music makes me care about people more. Like music unlocks something in my brain that I didn't know I had.
I feel like I'm not like a super like emotional person, but if there's one thing that does like make me like feel stuff, it's 100% music. Like it makes me feel stuff that'll probably like I like if I was just hearing it, or like someone tried to tell me that, I'd be able to like just receive it better, like to understand where they're coming from. I'd say definitely.
Right.
It's power. You know what? It's the same thing. I've loved listening to musicians talk to each other about being musicians. Yeah, you know what can I say? I love seeing the world through other people's perspectives, because
for sure.
It's why I love the idea of connecting artists all over the world so that they can like communicate, because there's
we all can learn from each other,
right?
We definitely can.
Well, and we can all see each other in each. It's a weird thing. It's an amazing.
Yeah,
process.
man. It definitely is.
You know, we were talking to our buddy up in Syracuse, and when we were reminded that what he was saying was identical to what our buddy from Kenya had said.
Right. It's crazy how
it
artists
really
are
is
similar.
a small world.
Right? Tapping on shoulders all over the place. What's next for us,
So
Ross?
the next one we got is Up All Night featuring Cozy. What you want to say about that one?
Cozy little
This
number.
one just actually came. Yeah, this one actually came across randomly. I was at a studio one day, and my engineer was like, "Hey, this he was like trying to help these like young producers. They're like I think they were like in high school still, and he was like, "Oh, Chris, da da da. Here's some beats. They really like your music." And I was like, "All right, whatever. I don't got anything." So he played me a couple ones, and then the one that I eventually chose, I just was like, "All right, I just started drinking, came up with a hook or whatever." And then my boy Cozy was there, and I didn't feel like writing a second verse, so I told him to hop on it.
I told him, hey, I've had that happen sometimes where I get a song done and I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like writing another verse on this. I'm gonna just get somebody else on it.
I was like, he's already here. He can write something.
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on writing a song, so like I kind of was like scrambling to just like write that first verse. It's like I'm not doing this again. Like,
Right.
But think about the very organic nature of that then. So it's like I love that. You know what? Some of like. Anyways, give me some beats.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh my god, bro, that's brilliant.
Hey man,
I'm
that
dying.
was perfect, bro.
I'm dying.
That's
I
what's
got
up.
asthma.
Girl, you got that ass.
Yeah, we just added it randomly too because I was just like, we need to put something. I just saw like Pootie Tang, so I was like, all right.
Oh my god, yeah.
Girl, you got that ass.
Oh my god, I know exactly what. Oh my god, I'm picturing him grabbing that inhaler. Oh damn. I'm telling you, movies are meaningful. We were talking about. Have you ever seen the Blues Brothers?
Oh yeah, back in the day.
Well, but that's one of those movies that they managed because
that
the
you
music
know exactly
meant
what
to
you're talking
them.
about.
Yeah, and they brought in Cab Calloway and all of the names, and so it's a piece of blues history. That movie.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
So I'm gonna make Ross watch it this weekend.
Hell yeah,
I've
it's a
never
good
seen
movie.
it.
It's pretty good. I remember I saw it. I remember when I was like in high school, they used, when they used to bring out the little projector when they didn't have class.
Yeah.
One of my teachers, that was one of his favorite movies, so he'd bring it in like every other like holiday.
I said yeah, like I got like a split I got like a split second of that. I remember they did that like one time in 3rd grade.
I remember. Yeah, they used to back then, like they didn't have computers and stuff or phones like until I was like in high school. So,
I remember the smart board. I remember the smart board being a really like a step up. Like the smart board was a step up.
Back
I remember
oh, snap. You could
when I
touch
was
the
like
screen. Oh snap!
I remember I was in 10th grade and they first brought out like the laptop
Snap.
the cart things, the laptop carts where everyone would have one. Everyone was like, "Holy shit, I only got a computer at home."
I remember when we all switched from smoke signals to Morse code.
Oh, that's.
I remember.
I'm just teasing.
I remember. He's like, dude, what are you talking about? What? I'm confused. I'm confused too.
Oh man, but it isn't.
I don't know how people do shit in school now with the phones and taping shit everywhere. I mean, like that shit must be stressful.
You know what? They all got computers going.
Everybody's got computer. I remember in 3rd grade being like shook when I saw a 5th grader with a computer in a classroom. Dude, I was so shook. I was like, I thought only adults use computers. What the heck?
COVID made it a hard push too. Everybody has a laptop.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, because they're doing remote and everything shit.
Well, we're out of it now, but it became such a normal part of the ability to.
Oh yeah, my friend's like daughter, she can't even read, but she can use a fucking iPad. I was like, how can you use an iPad without reading? Like, what the fuck are you pressing?
Microphone button right there.
Yeah, she just be. I was like, how do you find shit on YouTube? You can't type.
Yep. I looked at my little dude when he was tiny, and don't get me wrong, I had like parental controls, and I still get all kinds of emails about whatever he does. He's only 9, but I showed him the button. I said, listen, if there's stuff, you can ask this anything, but then you can push that button and ask it anything you want. And the best was one day we were sitting out by the fire, and he comes to me and goes, Papa, Google really doesn't know much about God. You know, I mean, they seem to have a lot of different, like, options and answers, and it was a cool conversation.
Yeah, it was best.
I was like, oh yeah. We sat out by the fire and talked about the whole, God thing for a little while. It's an amazing world. I like to think that. So I used to watch this silly movie, Surfer Dude. It's about a dude waiting on his wave, being in line and on time and ready for it.
It's a Matthew McConaughey movie. I know what you're talking about.
Ready for it when it comes. And in my head, globally, there's a wave of all of us being able to actually talk to each other instead of being told what each other is saying.
Right.
For sure.
And I think that we've hit ourselves on the toes good with the tool that is the internet /Facebook / all of that crap. But I think that it is a monumental change in the way we see each other.
Most definitely, especially like just me like growing up, like starting off on like MySpace and like fucking hip hop forums and stuff, and seeing how like this shit has just of what it's evolved to. But I definitely also feel like a lot of people aren't equipped to handle this, especially at such a young age. Like, I don't know, luckily for me, I feel like when the internet was coming up, I was able to grow with it gradually. But now, like, I see my kids that are like 10, they're trying to get like millions of followers. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are you gonna do with that? But they're trying to be famous. They're trying to be influencers.
I think that has to be, and like, so the one that gives me the skeeves, and I don't mean any offense to Ryan or their family. I don't know any of them. But the level at which that child is already associated with selling their image is weird for me.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything about it. I'm not judging. Because I know.
I definitely get it, because if you look at child actors, like a lot of those them have the same kind of horror stories. It's like, yeah, you think they're having fun and shit because they're making money and da-da-da, and then you find out they're working like 14-hour days to do some shit they don't even care about.
And
because they're making
on top of it, someone's taking the money out of their pocket.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. They're not the family business.
They're the family. Yeah, exactly.
They're the family business. I say this knowing that I'm getting ready to launch a Twitch stream with a 9-year-old.
Well, as long as you're always making sure that those things aren't.
Well, it's it's something I think about a lot.
Yeah.
It's something he wants to do.
It depends on the kid. It depends on the person. It's like I feel like it's
a situation by situation basis.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
It's
Here's my workaround. Listen to my theory on how we're going to do this. Because he and I have always we played Fortnite together for a couple years, and it's always you're right. They all have this desire to do this thing, and the difference in the way we play is first off, the rule in this house has always been if it stops being a game, you don't play it anymore. He's great with that. He's an outdoor kid. He's not. It's not like dope. He's
playing 15 hours a day and shit.
Yes, grabs Ross on a regular and goes, no, let's go run. Works on doing works out with a 10-pound vest. He weighs 65 pounds. That's what he wanted. So he's focused, but he has this, what we want to share is this thing that we enjoy doing together. And the funny part is, no one's going to see him. He's the player, I'm the color commentator, I'm the face. And then that way, I get his silly, infectious laugh, all of the joy of him being able to talk. You know what? We have a variety of images that are him, but you can't see his face. You know, that as opposed to making it, we have a fake page that is going to be his persona. And we're going to play with it. We're going to, that we like to go play Fortnite and have fishing competitions sometimes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think that's a real thing to share. So what do you got next for me, brother?
I got Where It's At.
Where It's At?
Yes, Where It's At.
Where is it at?
This one, actually, I just made this one kind of my boy who I've known since like high school. He was like, "Oh, Chris, I make beats," and I told him, and he was like, he never was serious about it and shit. So one day we were just like, he came over. I was in the studio and he just came by because he had gone off work and stuff, and he was just like talking shit. And then I was like, "Man, whatever." I was like, "Give me one of the fucking beats," and I just took one of them. And then like he didn't think I was serious. And then like I think like a couple weeks after, I like finished the song out. This one's actually one of my most played songs, and I just remind him of it all the time. It's like, hey, you remember when you thought I was like joking around? And I just
hey, you know what? But I'm telling you, that's the wildest thing. The wildest thing is, sometimes it'll be a thing where you're like, it's a throwaway, and you're like, wow. They were in here working on a song about brotherhood the other day, and it's at the raw. And dude, your whole soul vibrates. It's that deep, meaningful. You know what I mean? That I was like, whoa, felt it when they started playing it. But it was a quick. Seth came in with a hook, and you guys worked on it, and it wasn't
the two songs that I feel the most strongly about right now that I have out were both throwaways. Like it was quick recording them. They were both like I was just quick with like doing it, and it got out, and it was like for some reason
I feel like anytime like
for some reason just doing it quickly, it got it out, and it got across what I was supposed to get across, and people really liked it, and I was shook at that.
Got past yourself when you weren't looking.
Got
past yourself when you weren't looking.
Right.
I swear.
I feel like as long as I'm not forcing it, or as long as that I'm enjoying the like me doing what I believe I'm good at, what I'm doing. I don't worry about it. You know, like as long as like I'm doing what I've been doing, and at the end of the day I can say like I didn't force it, I didn't try to do anything like I didn't like. If I genuinely like, I know if I like it, I don't give a damn, because I feel like I have better taste than most people. So to be honest,
y'all don't like this, fuck y'all.
No, Jesus. Play some damn music.
Okay.
Spin it, DJ.
I've noticed you're really really comfortable with with spacing, like as far as hooks. Like your hooks are really really catchy, but it's because you're really comfortable with like letting them breathe a little bit.
I'm telling you that's powerful. I'm telling you that's one of the first things you learn in painting, that you have to respect the negative space. And I'm telling you it's true in any art and any design. It's finding a way. Yeah, that's how you give dimension to a room.
Yeah.
And that
Definitely.
really, you're painting. I don't know how else to put it. That just as much as an artist steps up to an easel, this is your work. This is the piece that goes, time and again. And I want, God, we need to find a love of artists again. You know what? We're kind of like, artists are a dime a dozen. Everybody wants to make music. Okay, no, that's meaningful. Yeah, quit bypassing that. Everybody wants to make music.
Everybody wants to make music.
Everybody wants to make art. Everybody's creative on the inside.
Yeah. When you think about that, that's kind of meaningful. It's pretty meaningful, I would say.
It's amazingly meaningful. It's we all want to be heard. We all want to be heard.
That's what I tell. That's the thing. Like what I just find, like when I see people, like everyone wants to do it, but like people like just like I don't understand why people don't want to like be good at it. Like a lot of times, because like they're more concerned with like being like famous or whatever for it than like because like compared to like especially compared to like when I came up rapping. It was like if you were bad at rapping, like trust me, they don't fucking matter. It was like you personally felt like I didn't want to put this out, but now it's like I don't even care if it's good or not. I just care if it gets streams.
We've never run into any of that.
I just care if it blows up on TikTok.
Yeah, it's. I care if it gets out. I don't care if it.
Yeah, because trust me, I be around people that make terrible music. But they have like TikTok armies and shit. So like who can compete with that?
We were talking about a thing today actually. That the difference between us and a studio where you pay somebody is they will lie their ass off to you about the quality of what you're doing.
They won't tell you.
They want you to come back and buy more hours.
Of course.
It's not their fault. They're going to produce it a bunch, throw on so much friggin' auto-tune that it sounds awful. God, can we get done with the auto-tune revolution?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think you don't need to slap. I don't think you need to slap auto tune on everything.
I don't mean not at all. I mean, but do you know what I'm saying, Chris? That you see a lot of that, like going, no, that's not to fix the fact you can't sing. That just adds some depth in a way that's cool. It's not. I can't hit it.
Oh yeah, and these dudes definitely can't sing. Even the ones like without the autotune. I've been in the studio hearing them. They cannot hold a fucking goddamn note to save their life. A lot of them, and that's what I mean. Like even the worst singers back in the day weren't like tone deaf. But I've been in a studio with people who are making music that are tone deaf. And I'm just like, how the fuck do you do that? Like, how do you pick that as a profession?
And my theory is that on top of that, there are a bunch of people that aren't tone deaf, that are busy working their asses off taking care of their families. And if we can open up places 100%. For their voice, there's power.
Yeah.
You know what? Go to any church choir, pick a color. It doesn't matter.
I found a way.
My mom's a little white lady sings in a white choir, but it doesn't matter what choir. There are these voices that will blow you out of the friggin' room, and you'll be like, 100%.
Oh. My first, when I was first started singing in church, our like organ player who used to like be our like group leader, he could not read any music, anything. But I promise you can play anything in front of that dude, and he's able to like fucking replicate it and fucking put his own spin in it, like within like maybe less than a minute. Like you can hear something, and then just like pick it up, and I'm like, I don't give a damn what class you could give me. I'd rather be able to just fucking do that. Like, just be able to, it was nuts. Like, this, he could do what, like, the way I would be able to do with my voice, he could do that with a whole piano. Like, he could just hear something and just go at it. He just had the ear for it. Like I said.
I was watching, God, where was that? It was a video. This EDM dude was playing Albert Hall. Was that something you showed me? Anyways, there was an
EDM.
EDM dude playing Albert Hall, and in the middle of the night, they realize that Royal Albert Hall has a frigging organ that's as big as the frigging hall.
Oh snap!
And so the EDM guys all of a sudden are like, their mind is blown.
Do they?
And because in
do
the
they
middle,
play the organ?
in the middle of the night, they heard the organist practicing.
Oh.
And they go downstairs, and the next night they blow out this new friggin' arrangement that they put together with the friggin' organ in Royal Albert Hall.
Hell yeah.
So that there's like,
Okay.
they've got the light show popping, and it pops on the friggin' the giant, the organ things.
Yeah.
The giant metal stuff in the back. I mean, it was.
Hell yeah, that's what music's about, man. That's how you're supposed to do it.
You get
like,
musicians
"Oh, snap, I
together,
could do
shit
that?"
happens, and it's moving, and it's like, whoa.
You get there, you get to a point where you're like, oh snap! Wait! I could do this. Like this is something I could do. That's a noise
the
I
best
can make.
part was they
What?
showed that. No, there was a video of the guys the night before talking to the organist, and you see the dude from the band when she first hits the notes, and he looks at the other dude, and they're like, "Oh my god, that's the best thing I've ever heard!" And they like go insane. Because they say you can, like, when those organs that are like those old school organs that are the size of those friggin' buildings, they say you'll feel a note out of that like nothing you've ever felt in your
those
life.
things, yeah, I've been in some old churches before. Those things shake.
Oh, hell
They
yeah.
shake the building. They shake the building when they like even just like
Yeah.
have it out, just like playing.
Just
I've
like
been in
Chris,
some old Catholic
just like Chris
churches before.
Baynes. Shake the building.
Shake the building.
Yeah.
Shake the whole damn building.
I'm trying.
You got one more for us or not,
we
brother?
got one last song.
You got one?
LYNL.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
This one actually was produced by my engineer. He was just like, he wasn't even really into producing that much or whatever, but he sent it to me, and I just had it sitting on my phone or whatever, and then the melody just like popped my ear, and I just one day I recorded a demo for it, and he was like, "Oh wow, you did this on my beat?" I was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "I'm gonna release it next," and then we just did it.
Wow. You know what? And that's, dude, there's one of the things I love in talking to you, Chris, is there's a very organic nature in your process. And every story always recognizes the other people. It brings into, it's not just shine the spotlight on me. It's very much and then you know what, this happened. And you know what, I was working with this guy, and you know what, wow, I was just sitting there, and you know what I was thinking about. That's very meaningful to me as far as a way of describing that creative juice. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, because I recognize I can't do this by myself, and I don't. There's like people always helping me. You know, I just do my part. I just try to do my part the best I can.
Right.
I'm with you on that, brother. Give it to me. Wow. You know what? Your stuff's fire, bro.
You had
Appreciate it, man.
It just, you know what? It's like, wow. Now, you'll watch the playback and you'll go, yeah, Matt winces every time we cross a line that maybe Facebook might hate. I don't mind, actually. It's just my job to win.
Yeah, I don't care.
No, it's just my
I
job.
don't know if you guys seen what this.
Me
I
neither.
don't know if
I
you've
don't
seen the kind of stuff I post on Facebook. I don't care.
No, I totally get it. Trust me. And really, the cool part is what happens is then it moves to like YouTube and Spotify, anyways.
Yep.
So then I really don't care.
And you really don't care.
I mean, the whole concept is based on. It's like you've got an incubator that you're constantly going live from, and then you push it out. You know, you can.
Yeah, for sure.
Eventually, more producers around, pieces get cut up, and those get put out places, and it becomes more organic. Right now, it's just me and my bro.
Yeah.
You know, huffing it. So, you know, and that's the thing. There's a joy in the stumbling. If we learn anything from Chris's music, it's got to be that every road has a story, and none of them start with, and so I made this exact plan.
Right. I made this exact plan to create the perfect song, and it happened.
Yeah, and I can't work because I meet a lot of rappers like they just like, oh, I want to make this kind of song at this time. I was like, bro, I don't work like that. I was like, just let me know what you want, and I'm gonna get it done. And I'll just like because if people want to work super stringently, I'd rather do my part by myself so I can let it evolve how I need it to, and then that way they can do their time regiment or whatever.
It's gonna come when it's gonna come.
Yeah. I'm gonna get it done how I need to get it done because like that's how I get the best workout, and that's at the end of the day what I care about. All I care about is putting out something of quality and product. Like I don't care. I don't just need to be out here putting out any kind of thing just because it's something to do. I want to put out something I'm proud of every time I do drop something. That's why like people's like oh, I should drop more songs. I can, and but like like I feel like especially nowadays like there's so much saturation of people just dropping shit all the time. Like what is the issue? Like I was talking to my friend the other day. He was like, oh, he's like I was talking about The Boys because I was like, oh yo, this show's dope, and he's like, oh, did they release all the seasons at once, or do they do that lame shit? Or he's like, do they do that lame shit where they just give you once a week? I was like, you mean like regular TV? Like
I know, but I'm straight up. I'm waiting till the end. I'm waiting until they put them all out. They are not going to make me watch it at a set day of the week. I have fought. I will not do it. I will not do it. I am the spoiledest, most privileged suburb living. I want my damn shit, and I want it all at once.
They can't.
I want to be able to get it done in a weekend and move on. I got other shows to binge. Damn it! And you don't understand.
True. There's so much shows to watch now.
I've only watched Spin City 5,000 times. It's okay. I need to go watch it again. Me and Michael J. It's this weird thing, man. I go hang out with Michael J. Fox. I swear, I put on Spin City, and it's like, for some reason, I grew up with him, man. He was Alex P. Keaton on Family Ties, and then and you feel for him.
Back to the Future.
Yeah. But for some reason, it's Spin City. It's when he's like an adult now that I watch over and over and over again. I'm like, yeah, I'm comfy. And then eventually it changes to Charlie Sheen. And then I'm like, you know what? I like Charlie too. Charlie a little bit crazy, got some tiger blood, but you know.
Yeah, man. Living life. I can't be mad at Vince.
You can't. You got to exist. I always, dude, if you get to the end of the road, you got no scars. You got no bruises.
Yeah, what's the point?
You didn't live. You didn't do it.
Yeah.
You didn't scuff it up. And sometimes real life is in the scuff. Shit happens in the DMZ. Sure. That's our thing today. Everything. The good shit happens in the DMZ. We talk about how Chappelle works in the DMZ. Like that line, but like that.
You gotta dance.
Between two sides where you make everybody go, huh? And see it. Hell yeah. Chris, I want to do this again and again and again and again. You know what? I have a million conversations on music. I have a million thoughts on other people and combinations of us all just sitting around talking because we've got some wild stuff going on lately. Between Reggie Reg of the Crash Crew, a guy with beautiful music out of Bosnia, another guy, we know Anthem, out of Kenya. It's just been man Tony that wants to bring man Tony blues harp that used to play on Coney Island in the 70s, for the money as they're going by. We've got these guys that just have this rich. Anyways, I got a shit-eating grin on my face. You guys make me happy every day. You know what? Yet another glory.
Man, I can't wait to do this again for sure, man.
Yeah,
this is always fun.
For sure.
I love the surprises, and you took me places. Wow, brother. You know what? Wow. You just blew me away.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to drop some more new stuff too and work out, man. I'm like out here. Oh yeah, bro. I also need to send me the link for your beats again. I just been so busy. I've just been working.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And
No, you're
everything.
good. I got you.
That's a
Trying to,
beautiful
like,
thing. That, my friends, is a beautiful thing. I give you the one, the only, Chris Baynes. What would you plug right this minute if you had to plug something, my brother?
Check out check out the Baynes and Friends playlist. It's an independently curated playlist by yours truly of local artists and other artists I've just met across the internet and such that I've just clicked with. And I've hand selected every song on each of them, and I have 3 different ones: one on Tidal, one on Spotify, and one on SoundCloud.
Okay.
I'll have different songs. Usually some of the same artists, different songs. They all vary quite differently depending. The biggest one being the Spotify one. SoundCloud one's the second one. I just started the Tidal one. But the Spotify one definitely is the most active. It's at about 7,000 followers now. So, yeah. Anybody wants...
I hear a man giving a hand up.
Right.
I hear a man giving a hand up.
Giving a hand
I love you saying, you know what?
Yeah.
What I've got, I brought some of my local sound.
Brought some of,
the guys
some
I've
of
heard,
people.
I believe in, and that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
I've been trying to tell people you can't do it by yourself. No matter how good you are, no matter how talented.
Do it by yourself.
I think it's
no matter how great
That
you
right
are,
there.
how dope you are. At the end of the day, like you're gonna need people to help you out. And I personally understand it, and I want to help out when I can. That's how I look at it. Like that.
I'm gonna say this is Studio 586B. You know what? You heard Chris. You can't do it alone.
Yep.
Takes a little help from some friends.
Takes a little help.
Peace. We got to come back tomorrow for Bosch Nelson. Bosch Nelson Band out of Akron, Ohio.
At 4.
At 4? Is that what time that's at? 4?
Yes.
At 4.
Okay.
4. 4. Dude, Chris,
All right, man. I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for being here, man. This was awesome.
Yeah,
this
man.
Really
I always appreciate it.
I love this experience because it's a setup.
Likewise.
It's the I don't want to hear it beforehand.